Hi, my friends. I hope you are doing well. It is Wednesday, April 12th, and I know that we just celebrated Passover and Easter and a lot of the Holy Week holidays, and now we're looking towards Christmas. No, I'm not rushing the year away by any means, but what I am telling you is that we are counting down to the Christmas season, and the reason is because we have some very exciting Christmas markets that are out in Europe, and they sell out well in advance. And I'll talk much more about the itinerary that we are going to be going on at the beginning of December with my friend Reiner from Viking. But before we bring in Reiner and before we talk about the specifics of the itinerary that I will be hosting as a Sail with Seth, I wanted to give you a little bit of a glimpse of how Viking brings you closer to the Christmas markets all across Europe. Take a look at this.
In the heart of Europe, you'll find a delightful surprise. Colourful Christmas markets, all waiting to be explored.
It's at Christmas markets like this one in Budapest that the spirit and the romance of the holidays come alive.
I first discovered Europe's Christmas markets with my mother. We were looking for something different than the traditional winter break and have been coming back ever since, loving getting into the cozy ambiance of Europe at this time of year. We found the best way to move from one market to the next is to use Europe's original highways, the rivers. Onboard, it's a floating Christmas wonderland, with inviting spaces festively decorated to reflect the spirit of the season. Unpack just once and enjoy the cities and villages of Europe coming to you. Sumptuous cuisine is yours at every meal. You can immerse yourself in activities, or just enjoy the comfortable surroundings while gliding through the countryside. It's really like a fairy tale set in some of the continent's most interesting cities with dramatic architecture as a backdrop. Vienna, Prague, Paris, and quaint villages like Passau, home of Germany's oldest gingerbread recipe. There's a peacefulness here and abundant smiles all around. It's almost as if people have forgotten about the normal hustle and bustle of daily life. If you're in a hurry, Europe's Christmas markets are not the place to be. But what's most surprising is that while the markets may appear similar, move closer and you quickly realize each one has its own character. Some have an intimate feel, while others, such as in Budapest with its laser light show, are much bigger events. And I've found tasty treats at every Christmas market. From glühwein, the hot spiced wine which you find everywhere, to steaming crepe and local favourites like the traditional Hungarian cinnamon pastries. The craft items always catch my eye. They're handmade mostly by people from nearby towns. They make fun gifts and often come with an interesting story, like the prune families of Nuremberg, an idea dreamed up long ago by a father who could not afford to buy toys for his children for Christmas. So he made them prune people from dried fruits. Today, antique prune families are even collector's items. While you may not cross paths with the artists I've met, there are many others with stories to tell, and they're delighted to share them. When you're ready to try something different for the holidays, join us in this winter wonderland. Viking River Cruises. No one can show you the real Christmas markets like we can.
All right, so you could see here that we are going to be departing on a Viking River cruise, and that is going to be on December 1st. Now, we arrive into Paris December 2nd through the 4th. We cruise, and I'll show you that specific itinerary in just a moment, from December 4th through the 11th. Then we're in Prague from the 11th to the 13th, and then we are home in the US December 13th. Now, if my Canadians are watching and you are interested in this, there are some specials from US gateways. So if you happen to live close to a border town, in the sense that you live and can easily access a US airport, there are reduced airfares there. So we'll talk much more about that. So when it says USA, no, Canadians are obviously welcome as well. But we do want to let you know that this airfare specials are specific to US gateways. So I will say to you that Europe and Christmas taking on a whole different kind of meaning when you head over to the Christmas markets, and that is at the end of November through December of 2023. Yes, it is this year. If you have any questions whatsoever, please feel free to go ahead and let me know those questions. Again, you can put them right here. And for more information on how to book a Christmas market cruise, you can go ahead and do so by logging on to my email. Again, it's sailwithseth@gmail.com. sailwithseth@gmail.com, or go ahead and or you can go to my website and click on cruises. There you'll see sailwithseth.com. All right, so I want to bring in a friend of mine. His name is Reiner, and Reiner is right here live with us. Reiner from Viking, good to see you. I don't hear you. And of course, I don't hear you. So let me go ahead and I love how technical things happen, and that is okay, because we are going to bring him up here. Didn't we just have this whole mic check, Reiner? We had see, and now, and now we cannot hear you. Anyway, or at least can anyone hear Reiner? If you can hear Reiner, go ahead and put that in, and you can go ahead and let me know. But bottom line is that you can take all of what we are going to tell you and really start to plan out your Christmas trip. And again, it's not over Christmas by any means, but what it is just before. So it's after Thanksgiving, but before Christmas. And it is a perfect way to see the holidays. All right, Reiner, do you want to try again? Are you there? I still can't hear you, buddy. I don't know. So why don't you go ahead, and I'm going to take you out of this, and then you can go ahead and come back in on that same link that I sent you. How does that sound? All right. Great. So go ahead and sign out of here, and then I'll bring you back in. All right. So again, we're working out the technical difficulties, and that's just the way it works when we're talking about live. But I do want to say hello to everyone that is watching. And if you are interested in this Christmas market cruise, please go ahead and follow the instructions there at the bottom, because cabin availability is limited. Cabin availability is, we're talking super limited, at least as of right now, going ahead and going from window rooms to French balcony rooms, as well as different rooms that are suites and verandas. What I want to do now is at least bring you up to date and show you what the Viking ships are like. And then we're going to go over the itinerary. But again, I want to show you a little bit of what the Christmas market ships are like. They're called Viking longships. And in those Viking longships, there's a little something for everyone. I want you to take a look at this.
The Viking longships are the way to explore Europe, sailing the continent's tranquil and historic waterways.
It's a beautiful day along the river, and we'd like to take the opportunity to show you around one of our longships.
The Viking Lounge is light and airy, a natural gathering place for new friends, for entertainment and for lectures. Architecturally,
the bar has actually been clinker built, which is very similar in style to the way the Vikings built their longships in their day. And you love these floor-to-ceiling wraparound windows. They're taller than me, even when I'm on heels. Just off the light-filled reception area is the spacious, well-stocked library. We have free Wi-Fi on all our ships, but should you choose to leave your computers behind, you're of course welcome to use our laptops here in the internet corner of the library. Up top, ever-changing views are just one part of this vast deck. These ships are a marvel of technology, with ecologically friendly hybrid engines for smooth sailing. We even have solar panels lining both sides of our longships. And we have an herb garden, so that when our great chef runs out in the kitchen, he can come upstairs and that's right, and pick your own fresh herbs.
The dining room is spacious and inviting, with complimentary wine served at both lunch and dinner.
As on all our Viking ships, we have open seating dining, and this means that you can sit with whomever you want, whenever you want, and you can change that every day if you like. And though the food is exquisite, the dress code is rather casual and relaxed. You can leave all your fancy frocks at home. Or you can dine amid spectacular views on the Aquavit terrace. This is my favorite part of the ship. On a sunny day like today, the Aquavit terrace is the perfect place for a spot of lunch. The skylight-capped area also doubles as an inviting sunroom. This is a quiet hideaway you don't want to miss.
And when it's time to rest your head at night, there are plenty of delightful options, many with private verandas, plus the ultimate in river cruise accommodations.
We have 2 Explorer Suites on our Longship series, and it can't get very much better than this.
Come experience the Viking longships for yourself and discover why they're the most talked about ships in Europe.
All right, so who's excited to talk about this incredible itinerary? Now, the itinerary is called Christmas on the Main and Moselle River. All right, so M-A-I-N River. It's really pronounced Main River. So Main and Moselle. We will meet in Paris. So your package includes airfare and reduced airfare at that from wherever U.S. gateway that you're watching from. And Canadians, if you're close to a U.S. gateway, that's where you would leave from for getting the reduced airfare. The reduced airfare is applicable to economy, to premium economy, and to business class airfare. So that is not going to be a problem whatsoever because they are going to be far below retail value, which is amazing that we can do that. And it's round trip. So you fly into Paris and you fly home from Prague. So it's Paris to Prague, and it leaves at the beginning of December, and you are home by mid-December. So the dates are actually absolutely perfect. So still trying to get Reiner back on. If we can't, that's okay. You've seen me plenty talk, and I can certainly fill the time here. But let's go in depth on a day-by-day look at what we are looking for here on the Main and Moselle. Okay, so day 1, you're in Paris. Day 2, you're also in Paris. So you have 2 nights in Paris to explore. We are going to be looking at various excursions that are included in your package. There's also optional excursions that you can take. Again, this is from Paris, 2 nights there. Then what we do is we leave Paris and we stop at another small, quaint town in France. And before we head to Trier, which is in Germany. So again, everything is included. And I'm going to go to this map here and show you. So if you see Paris here, we'll make one quick stop on a motor coach, and then we will continue on to Trier. When you see that little white circle there where Trier is from, and you can see the dotted line there from Paris up, and then we catch into the Moselle River. The Moselle River is where we pick up to Trier, and then we continue on the purple. The purple is the cruise. So what we do is we go through the Main and Moselle. Okay, so the Main and Moselle. So we're just outside the Rhine and just outside the Danube. We continue on to several places in Germany. You can see all of that. And this is where the Christmas markets all are fantastic. They're kind of a little off the beaten path, if you will. So what is so great is that you're not getting into these major, huge popular Christmas markets. You're getting into these markets that are very attainable in the sense that you could get through there and get through the day and not be so overwhelmed. So you're going to be stopping, and I'm going to show you pictures of some of the different markets that we are going to go to. We end in Bamberg. Do you see that white little, so look at the center of your screen here, and you see the white little dot next to Bamberg. That's where we get off. We then take a motor coach to Nuremberg. And in Nuremberg, what we are going to have there is a fantastic one-day, one of the largest Christmas markets in all of Europe. And then we motor coach up to Prague in the Czech Republic. So you get to visit France, you get to visit Germany, you get to visit the Czech Republic. So it is an all-encompassing tour that once again leaves the US December 1st. You arrive into Paris on the 2nd. Everything again included in this. The cruise is December 4th through the 11th. You're in Prague from the 11th through the 13th, and then you're home in the United States or Canada on December 13th. Okay, so that's what we have for you here. And I also want to show you some of the pictures as well. If you have any issues when it comes to volume, please let me know. If you have any questions on this, please let me know, because I want to make sure all of your questions are answered and that you get to take advantage of this incredible, incredible package that does include the airfare, includes the hotel. You are not going to get a better deal anywhere else. So we begin here with a look at Paris. This is the first day when we get into town. And when we get into town, the first thing we're going to go see, obviously, the Eiffel Tower and some of the different markets that you see here. So if you look at the Eiffel Tower, you look at the legs, and then you see the different markets, squares here, you get to really see that the French come together and put on some amazing Christmas markets. And you're also going to be taking lovely tours around town. So that second day is really where it's going to be full of Christmas markets, going to be full of tours, really going to be a fantastic sight to see for pretty much everyone. If you've been to Paris before, great. If not, well, you should certainly see Paris at Christmas time, especially with the department stores and all of that kind of good stuff. I mean, it really, truly is a special, special place. And then we make our way north along the Main River. And here is one of our stops in Germany. And you'll see here that we are going to be seeing some incredibly old architecture. We are going to be seeing some incredible churches and amazing wines along the way as well. Now, you're going to be going through some of the heart of Riesling territory, and the wineries are going to be a bit frozen, at least at this time, but no worries. There is a plethora of wines to check out, and some of the excursions that are included in your Viking cruise will also be there for you to enjoy. Again, more of the Christmas markets that you see here, and every single one of the Christmas markets are different. So keep that in mind. And yes, it might seem like it's the same thing over and over and over again. Well, I will also let you know that each Christmas market is unique. Each Christmas market is unique to all of Europe and the town that it is in. You can see here that we are also in different places, and I'll stop here as I will take this little, if you follow there at the bottom of your screen, you'll see here, Bernkastel, Germany. This is some of the different towns that we're in. These are more, you could see that this is actual snow that's coming down here. And this is once again in Bernkastel, Germany, Christmas on the Main and Moselle. Look at these Christmas markets. Again, all different. They are all different. One of my guests here, and Shelly, hi to you, saying, are the Christmas markets mostly nighttime events? And they are nighttime events. And the best part is, and they're also during the day too, Viking does change the itinerary up a bit when it comes to when we're going to be in town. So we will be in town, which is fantastic, in the evening time as well. So that is going to be a fantastic thing to have. So we're going to try to bring Reiner back in. I do see that he is here. Let's see, Reiner, I see your little circle here. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
I can't see you. Oh, there we are. All right. I love it. So Reiner, go ahead and answer this question. Then we'll talk much more about this. But I got this. Are the Christmas markets mostly nighttime events? Are they going to stay open? Do we not get to see the markets? You tell us a little bit about the hours and how the port changes, because most of the pictures that we're seeing are from night. So we are going to be seeing plenty of those Christmas markets, right?
Most certainly. It's just in the evenings, it's the best time of day, right? With the early evening hours, late afternoon is the best time to see them. But most of the time you do your touring of the city in the mornings, throughout the day, you do your cultural program, and then the markets, which is the highlight of the day, or oftentimes the highlight, you do that at, towards the evening hours, early afternoon, late afternoon, early evening hours. And most Christmas markets are open until 8:30, 9 o'clock p.m.
Mm-hmm. So you definitely see a lot of the Christmas markets along the way. I mean, it's not like you're just going to go and see one and then you're going to drive by and see there's the market and then you get back on board. I mean, this is really all inclusive and an all encompassing Christmas market tour, isn't it?
You're absolutely right. This tour is curated to experience the markets. That is the main reason, the main draw at that time of year to get into these areas. And it is one of the most beautiful tours that I've ever seen Viking curate. It's a fairly new tour, actually, Seth. I'm not sure, since I missed half of the presentation, if you mentioned it, but it is a fairly new tour, but it has really the best that Europe has to offer along the way, from Paris, traveling overland into Trier and then down Winningen. It is a great mix between large metropolitan cities like Paris, and then has also those little villages like Cochem, Winningen, big cities, Würzburg along the way. It covers a little bit of history. We're tasting wine, we're tasting local specialties, amazing foods along the way, classical music. It is the best Europe has to offer at that time of year. Beautiful, beautiful tour. I wish I could join you on this journey.
You are more than welcome anytime. Absolutely. Hey, I do want to ask you this question here, because I do have the map up. You are from the area, so you know exactly what Christmas means in Germany.
I am. I was born in Germany, and matter of fact, I came to this travel industry as a chef. I used to be a chef on ocean ships, on river ships. I worked on Viking as an executive chef, hotel manager later on. So I've done many of those regions. I have not done this particular cruise, but I know all the ports, and it's just a magical lineup. I can tell you, absolutely wonderful. Great choice for a group.
Yeah, I'm really excited about that, and encompassing everything that we are going to see, because I know Christmas takes on a whole new meaning in Europe, and it also is going to really bring in not only a magical ship and a magical line, but a magical time of the year. That is what we are going to be sailing. So I was showing some different pictures here along the way. So I'm going to let you kind of take over here. And let's say, and I'm going to backtrack just a couple of pictures here, because I think I left off here in.
Oh, yeah. So this is one of those ports that you might have to pinch yourself to realize, is this real? Is this Hollywood? Is this a facade? No. These images are from this small town in Germany called Trier. And Trier has 2,000 years of history. It was founded by the Romans. And you find in Trier is, the ancient heart of Germany, these half-timbered houses, the amazing food. This is the beginning of our sailing, actually. We're boarding the ship here in Trier, and what you're looking at is a famous building. It is the front of a pharmacy. It's used as a pharmacy these days, but it is the largest Advent calendar. So they open and unveil every day, 24 days leading up to Christmas Eve. They unveil and open another window here, the traditional calendars. Really beautiful.
Yeah, it is. And look at this one. This I absolutely love, because I love that the photographer got the snow that's falling. And, we're also talking, and we heard in the video earlier, that not two Christmas markets are the same. So you're not going to be Christmas marketed out, if you will. I mean, there are so many different markets. And as we're going through not only this picture, but then we had here, I mean, look at the difference. So you have this Christmas market, and then you have this one. I mean, such amazing. You really do feel like you're in a fairy tale when you see these, when you see some of these.
It is absolutely magical, and these are some of the most charming villages. If you really want to capture the essence, what Christmas is about in small town Germany, you go to those smaller towns where you meet the people. People come out, and it almost feels like the world comes to a halt, slows down. You have that little bit of snow dusting coming down, and it just. People stop to have a hot mulled wine. People stop to have a little bread, a little gingerbread, and talk to each other. Neighbors take the time to just kind of slow down from the daily bustle to have a little something and catch up with neighbors, with friends, and even actually make time to meet at the market and welcome travelers along the way as well. So if you're a foreigner, you come from a different country, they will practice their English. You see this beautiful town of Heidelberg here, right? Heidelberg, one of those amazing cities that every traveler that comes to Germany should have visited. You have beautiful medieval cobbled streets. You will spend time at the famous university in daytime, and in the evening, of course, you will have access to spend time on your own. This will not be a guided tour on the Christmas market. We all have different interests, but you can't get lost. There's hundreds of different stalls, but it's all centralized in a beautiful market square surrounding these beautiful churches in the heart of town.
I love that. And you mentioned the food. And I mean, these pictures that I'm seeing, I mean, when we're talking about the bakeries, and I mean, look at this. You have the sausages, and you've got, I mean, it's all kinds of fair foods for that region, but you also have that Christmas touch to it all. That's what I love so much.
Really, you're really saying the truth here. You know, it's food that, yes, it's known as snack food, but when you look at those gingerbreads, there's some of these recipes are 400 or 500 years old. Mm-hmm. You're kind of traveling back in time in the culinary world, right? This is where gingerbread originated. Every village, every town has their own recipes. And our chefs on board are actually going to share this with you. So these little cookies that you find, they are, like you said in the beginning, every market is a little bit different. As you step closer, as you take a closer look, they're very different. Yes, it's a market with huts and different crafts, but the culinary often is what's unique and specific to the region.
Yeah, I love that. Let's talk about this. The events that you have on board, because it's not just an average, it's not like you just take someone to the Christmas markets and say, okay, we're done. I mean, you make this an incredible, all-encompassing vacation.
Absolutely, Seth. Now, on board, you can obviously look forward to experience some of the Christmas traditions as well. And leading up to Christmas, what do? We bake cookies. We make gingerbread houses. We decorate the Christmas tree. We listen to carols and the music of the season. And that's what we do on board, right? I always enjoy it as a chef to come out and, show our guests what's new and maybe some exciting recipes, share some recipes with them, and give them a printout to replicate them at home. Because how nice is it not only to do it on board with your fellow travelers, but then to replicate it. Take a little bit of culinary Europe back home with you and show off to your friends. Or, when you gift cookies at the end of the year to your friends, add some of those European cookies to the mix.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you could do all your Christmas shopping, right? So if you're concerned that you don't have the time, say you leave after Thanksgiving and you come back, before Christmas, you're like, oh man, I'm going to feel so left out because I'm not going to be able to do all my shopping. You can do all your shopping when you're away. Bring maybe an empty suitcase or kind of leave some room in your suitcase, because there is going to be shopping galore. And how great would it be for your family and friends to get these handmade gifts from Europe? Kind of a better gift than can think of, at least as of right now. Reiner, tell me this. Someone might be watching and saying, I've done Christmas markets before. I did it on the Danube. I did it on the Rhine. I did it on the Elbe. Why should they entertain the fact of doing the Main and Moselle? And even if they've never done a Christmas market cruise, kind of a twofer question. If they've never done a Christmas market cruise, why do one? Absolutely.
Now, Christmas season and the end of the year is one of the main seasons, right? There's 4 seasons: spring, fall, summer. The winter season is very unique, right? It doesn't mean that you are cold all the time. The winters are very mild in Europe. It's not an Arctic chill. And then the culture, like I said, is a very unique culture. It's the old world. It's traditions that have grown. Many of us have not heard about those, but we all have different backgrounds. Many folks have backgrounds that come from Europe. And to learn about those old traditions is learn, in a way, about your own history, right? And they're very similar in many ways. The carol singers, the songs, the recipes, those kind of things is like going back in time. And I can tell you that over the years, when I was a child many moons ago, it hasn't changed much, right? There is no pop culture influences. This is what Christmas was 30, 40 years ago. It's still, the markets look the same. And I tell you, my parents, they don't notice a big difference from back then. The arts, the crafts, the cooking, it's the same thing.
It's the same thing, and it's multi-generational, which I really do love. And say you are watching and you have grandchildren or children that want to take involved in this, come on in and do that. Again, Viking does have a policy 18 and older to be on board a Viking River cruise. But if you have that special someone that might be, finishing up their history degree or already on winter break, or just you want to experience this, and it's going to be a different type of Christmas market itinerary. Will you feel the differences if you've done the traditional Rhine or Danube? Will you feel the differences here on this itinerary?
You definitely would. You will see entirely new cities. You will see cities like Würzburg, Heidelberg, Bamberg. Those are cities that are, not along those rivers that you just mentioned. If you've done the Rhine, yes, you've seen wonderful, beautiful cities. You've seen Switzerland, but this is the romantic heart of Germany. Small towns like Winningen. This is the essence of river cruising. You step off the ship and you're in that little town. You can walk this little town in 2 hours easily, and to see homes that, over the door that will state the year that they were built, and you see 1406, 1503. That's how old many of these homes are, left and right of the river. This is very common. To see those kind of old buildings, and people still live in them. That is a very very common thing. So will you see unique things that you don't see on Rhine and Danube? Absolutely. You will taste food that you haven't tasted yet. You will hear history that you haven't heard about it. Johann Gutenberg in Mainz, just to name one of them. One of the most revolutionary inventions in humankind was made here in Mainz, and we learn about this. So yes, there will be much more than Christmas market. There will be culture, there will be music, there will be concerts. I don't even know where to begin. I mean, with Prague in the mix, it is an incredible experience you're looking forward to.
Yeah, and the itinerary is fantastic, as you mentioned. So if you are interested in getting pricing for this, there is no obligation, there is no stress, there's no nothing. I will take care of everything for you. I will have everything done. Your airfare, everything is included in this package. So let me start with this. Airfare from the U.S. gateways. Most U.S. gateways are included in this. So please, please, please let me know which gateway it will be included from. If you are a Canadian friend, if you're close to a U.S. border, that would be best. So then you can go ahead and take advantage of this reduced air. Your hotel in Paris, your 7-night cruise, your hotel in Prague, your transportation, a shore excursion in every single port, and Christmas surprises. There are a couple of special offers that I do want to forward to you. Thank you to Reiner and his friends over at Viking. You can see here, there's reduced airfare. So whether you want coach, whether you want premium economy or business, there is a reduced fare for you. And it is far below what you can go ahead and hop online and grab a ticket for. So that's really, really great. And when you buy Viking Air, it includes the transfers to your hotel, in which we will take advantage of that when we are in Paris. And then a reduced deposit of $25. That's it. And it reserves your room and your rate as of today. Availability is super, super limited. And we're not just saying that, Reiner. And I want you to tell us, because of the limited availability, we ask that you get your inquiries in now, because this cruise, I can't hold any rooms. And unfortunately, no one really can because of the popularity here. So once I have my group set up, but then we go ahead and take rooms from what they call the general inventory. Tell us why these cruises are so popular and why that they fill up so fast.
Well, Seth, to begin with, you picked a cruise that is brand new. There are many port collectors that will look at this throughout the year. They will fill up. In general, Viking has way more interest than we have inventory. There's folks that book a year, sometimes 2 years out. We currently offer 2024-25 already for bookings because we're running out of inventory closer in the year. So you're saying the right thing. Book closer, book sooner. If you plan with the idea of going, don't wait. There's no, if you wait for that better deal, that cabin might be gone.
Right,
That's
right.
the reality.
Right, and here's the best part, friends. everything that I can include, I will make sure I can include in this. And again, when you're talking about airfare, when you're talking about, I mean, you will be shocked at the price of this cruise when you consider everything that is taken care of for you. And when we talk about the all inclusions there, Reiner, tell us a little bit about the Viking cruise experience that you do receive. And even when you're on land in Paris and in Prague, you do receive those shore excursions.
I'm telling you, the inclusiveness is amazing. All the things that if you have been a past passenger on oceans anywhere in the world, you're pretty much used to being nickeled and dimed all day. You will not have that on Viking. Your daily shore excursions are included. Your transfers from the hotel, from the airport to the hotel, and then from the hotel to the ships. All of these things are included. Wi-Fi is included. So we're taking care of every aspect of this cruise. You're there to enjoy yourself. We don't nickel and dime you for your beverages during dinner and lunch. Your wine and beers are included. Water in the cabins, water on shore excursions, your daily shore excursion are included as well. So dining in multiple venues on the ship based on your preferences, it is really hard to spend money on Viking once you're there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's a good point to bring up. Tell us, when you're on board the ship, and I want to show you a picture of the ship as well. I went on my first Viking ship not too long ago, and I was completely floored. When you look at this, you're like, man, I'm used to ocean. There's not much to do. But when you are on a Viking ship, tell us a little bit about what we are looking at here. We saw a little bit of a tour. This is when we were trying to get you back on a tour of the long ship. But if we see this here, and we're looking at the Viking Herja, the ship that we'll be on, describe to us what's in the front here and then what's on the top deck.
So in the very front of the ship, you have the Aquavis Terrace, right? The Aquavis Terrace is a beautiful al fresco dining area. And if you go through those big glass doors inside the ship, that's the Aquavit Lounge, a beautiful winter garden style of an area, beautiful loungy, low chairs, tables, couches to unwind, relax, enjoy the free Wi-Fi maybe. Further into the ship, you will have then the bar area in daytime, a beautiful explorer's lounge to see the destination. And on top, if you're looking from the front of the ship on the top deck, this is your sun deck, where you have the greatest views. This is pretty much your 360-degree view all around. So when we're sailing, you really don't miss anything, whether it's castles that are left and right. I would always recommend, maybe that time of the year, bring a sweater, bring a jacket. That might be a good idea, right? You're perfectly dressed for the occasion.
Well, thank you. I find myself in a winter wonderland right now.
You're perfectly dressed. You through.
I know, for sure. Yeah, I totally get it though. It makes a ton of sense, really, to be out on the deck, be in your layers, have a good time, and enjoy. And talking about the ship, I want to break it down for you real quick when it comes to rooms. There are the balcony rooms, then you have, those are your traditional veranda, then you have French balcony, and you have window rooms. And let's just go ahead and take a little bit of a tour of a Viking longship stateroom. Here you go.
The new Viking longships are a lovely place to call home while exploring the waterways of Europe.
This is our veranda stateroom, which has all you need, really. A fantastic, comfortable, fluffy bed. I'm not a mattress snob, but these mattresses are amazing. We have a great flat-screen Sony TV, lots of storage space, and a hairdryer, important for most of us. Soft closing drawers, of course, and a little fridge, in case you brought something along your cruise that you might want to store in a fridge. And we have a very easy-to-use safe, as well as even more storage space here, as well as under the bed. And we have lots of great hanging closet space. From floor to ceiling.
In the bathroom, there are glass doors, plush towels, the best fixtures, and amenities. Other stateroom options include the standard stateroom and the French balcony stateroom. Then, of course, there are the suites, the inviting two-room suite and the special suites located fully aft.
We have 2 Explorer suites on our Longship series, and it can't get very much better than this.
The Explorer suite includes a separate bedroom and a bathroom with double vanity sinks, plus a shower with a view, and a wraparound deck, home to even more spectacular views. Come enjoy the Viking longships and explore Europe with us in comfort.
So when you're looking at the rooms there, Reiner, I mean, they look pretty spacious for what they are. You're really not in your room a lot.
Totally agree. The most of the time you will be outside. And I'm speaking with the experience of a hotel manager. Folks really leave the cabins in the morning to go to breakfast. They go on their shore excursion. They come back and then they freshen up for the day, you know, just take a shower, freshen up, maybe have some lunch. And then most of the time in the afternoons, you're off out and about again on your next tour, on your optional tour, on the Christmas market tour. You come back, go in your cabin, put all your presents that you bought away, and then it's time for dinner, right? So you go for dinner. You maybe have a drink at the bar, cocktail hour. Like I said, most of the time you are out and about. Right. So there is a cabin for everybody on board. Like you've seen, there's varieties. Talk to Seth. He will pick the right one for you. He'll help you along the way with that.
I absolutely will. There is no doubt about that. And again, friends, I want to let you know that I just received this, and this is the information on some of the inventory available. If you want a French balcony room, there is one left. There is one left. I just sold the other one. So there were two. One just went about an hour ago. So there is one French balcony left. When it comes to window rooms, there are 6 of those left. And when it comes to verandas, there's about 8 of those left. So you can see here that the inventory is going. You can lock in your price today because they only go up from here. So you lock in your price with $25 reduced deposit. And that $25 reduced deposit goes towards your final payment, and that final payment due at the end of May. And again, the reason why we ask for your payment early is because we need to make, we being me and Viking, need to make sure that, you know, you're pretty serious in this because space is so limited. Isn't that right, Reiner?
Absolutely. Space is limited. And, you know, it wouldn't be fair to hold a cabin and wait for somebody, you know, going back and forth. While at the same time, somebody else is ready to go and buy the cabin. So that's the mentality behind it. If you're ready to go, put the deposit down, grab the cabin, make it yours, and, you know, enjoy the world.
Yeah, right. Absolutely. So once again, the email address that you have to send, and I will get all the pricing information to you, is sailwithseth@gmail.com. What you're going to find, and I will be able to get you the lowest price because you are going to be going through me and you're going to be going as a group, and we have extra. I mean, you're going to save more than $100 on top of what you're already going to save on top of everything else when you go through me. So once again, that's your Sail with Seth special. And not only are you going to save at least $125 per person, but you're also going to be taking advantage of the shore excursions, the Paris, the Prague extensions, all of that is included, and your airfare. So once again, your reduced airfare from coach, premium economy and business, and then your $25 reduced deposit. And once again, I want to show you the itinerary. We'll leave the US December 1st, Paris, December 2nd through the 4th. You'll cruise December 4th through the 11th. You're in Prague from the 11th to the 13th, and then you're home in the US December 13th. So real quick before we leave you, Reiner, tell me the last impression that you want people to take away on why they should enjoy this Christmas market cruise on the Main and Moselle.
I'm telling you, this will be something that you will talk about for many, many years to come. If you haven't experienced a Viking cruise just yet, this will make you a believer. And I know for sure you're going to come back and see more of the world with Viking. The service is impeccable. You're going to have an incredible experience. And don't forget about those amazing pictures that you can post on all social media. Serious bragging rights, right? And from my experience, you're in the best hands. The service staff on board, your crew will make this a very special experience. And then, of course, booking through Seth, he will make this an incredible booking experience and care for you properly. Make sure that on this end of everything is taken care of.
Yeah, and not only that, but I'll be with you along the way. And Reiner, you are invited too.
I'll take you up.
Anytime you want to come with, you can come with. But again, I will be with you to make sure that everything is seamless, and it will be on the river. And you will just, I mean, when you see what we are going to experience, it's truly going to be, I don't want to say once in a lifetime, because there's going to be many once in a lifetime opportunities. But this is something that I think we are going to make a tradition with at Sail with Seth and go every single year, because you can never have too much Christmas and you can never have too many Christmas markets.
I back that.
Yeah, I love it. All right. Hey, thank you so much. I really appreciate it. And I'm sorry about the technical difficulties before, but I'm so happy that you were able to sign back in and that you were able to go ahead and talk all about your personal experiences, your history with Viking, and why our guests and our friends should be at least seeing the Christmas markets at least once in their life. Big time bucket list item.
Absolutely.
All right, Reiner, take care. Thanks again for being here.
My pleasure. Thank you, and safe travels.
All right, thank you. You bet. We'll see you soon on the river. That is Reiner, and my friends at Viking have really made it awesome for me to offer you some amazing, amazing deals. And once again, you will find that information at sailwithseth@gmail.com. sailwithseth@gmail.com is where you could get that information. If you're interested in joining our 2024 list, please go ahead and email me, and I will be more than happy to include you in that. Once I have information on a 2024 holiday Christmas cruise, that would be in December of 2024. But until then, December of 2023 is when we are going to have our Christmas market cruise, once again on the Main and Moselle, leaving Paris, getting to Prague, and look at all of the stops that you see there in between. Once again, you'll be able to find me at sailwithseth@gmail.com. If you send me an email, I am more than happy to go ahead and give you pricing information for this year, because this year's cruise is truly going to be amazing. So I hope you have a fantastic day wherever you are watching from. Enjoy the weather, stay safe. I cannot wait to see many of you on our Holland America Line cruise. That's coming up April 29th on the New Statendam as we go from Rome to Amsterdam. And then I will see many of you on the Viking cruise that I have. That's from Amsterdam to Basel, Switzerland in the middle of May. So there's a lot to do. I will bring you the latest here. There's a lot to book. Don't forget, you can go on my website at sailwithseth.com to look at all of that information. Do me a favor, share this on your page, share it with your friends. If you're interested at all, that certainly helps me out a great deal. So until then, take care, have a great day, and we'll see you back here next time. All right, bye for now.